Welcome to Jumpstart Your Joy, a podcast that looks at the inspiration, intention, action, and choices that you can make to bring more joy into your life, into the world, and into other people's lives. This is your host, Paula Jenkins. Welcome to episode 242 of Jumpstart Your Joy. Welcome back, you guys. Today is Thursday, March 26th, and I decided I wanted to record another 3 Joyful Things episode. This week on the podcast, I was really lucky to have Tara McMullen join me, and we were talking about pivoting and how you can embrace change as a business leader. And while we recorded that episode before the coronavirus hit, I felt like it was such a timely conversation because so many of us are facing change right now. So before we get to the 3 things that you can consider for this week, I want to give you a quick warm welcome. Say thank you so much for tuning in this week and today. And I hope that you all are well and hanging in there. If you want to find out more about the show, Jumpstart Your Joy is a podcast that launched in 2015, and you can find everything you need to know about it over at jumpstartyourjoy.com. And if you want to find the show notes for this episode, they will be thin, but you can find them at jumpstartyourjoy.com/embrace change. If you like to get these kinds of updates in a written format, you can sign up for the newsletter, which comes out each Thursday as well. And it's right there on the homepage. When you're looking at Jumpstart Your Joy, you'll get these notes and a reminder to come and listen if you like to receive your updates in that way. So my quick thought for this Thursday is it was really lovely having Tara McMullen come on and talk about how over the last few years, she has really changed her business model and the way that she approaches her business in her life. I think so many of us are in this immense amount of change right now. The things that we used to know to be true and that we could rely on, many of them, as I've been sharing in my Thursday at 2 p.m. chats, many of those things have kind of have come in question with the events of the world right now. And I know that's very deeply unsettling for many people. And it's hard because then a lot of other pieces have changed as well with everyone in your home and maybe not having a lot of personal space. It does become difficult to manage the day-to-day in ways that we're used to. The thing that I took from Tara's conversation this week and that's resonating with me right now is how she talked about in her business going from a place of where she felt like she needed to be presenting herself as an expert and going to a place where she has all the answers to very genuinely accepting that she could come from a place of service and sharing her experience instead of advice. And I think that's really important during these times because if we can reach out and share our experiences with each other, and if we can look at things with new eyes, I think we are going to be in a position where whatever comes, we'll be ready for. So the inspiration this week is this quote from Tara.
I realized at some point that wasn't working for me anymore because what I wanted was to be the kind of person who name the traits of truly successful people, not people who are blatantly self-promotional in the grossest ways, not people who work 80 hours a week, but I wanted to be like the people that I knew that I really looked up to and were running incredible businesses in very sane ways because they were really applying themselves.
And the intention that I am setting is how can I look at this situation that I am in with beginner's eyes, with new eyes? How can I look at each moment from a place of love and check my reaction in the gap moment to see if I'm coming at something from a place of fear? How can it's my intention to remain open and accepting and hopeful during these times. The action here is maybe something different than you would expect from me during this time. What I've noticed is, especially if you'll go back to listen to the interview with Ezzie Spencer of the book Lunar Abundance, is that lots of times, that all things have a framework of being and doing, right? That's the lunar cycles show that, there are times of yin and yang, and that means there's time for us to rest and time for us to be doing things. I feel like this is a giant shift for all of us, and that we are being tossed or thrown into a time of being when all of us are so very used to being in a time of doing. So how in this time can we ease into allowing things to be in a being state? How can we allow ourselves to rest more? How can we allow ourselves to accept that there might not be a lot of action going on right now, other than keeping up with news and trying to be mindful of what's going on? So I think the action for this week is actually, how do we step away from feeling like we have to be doing all the things and be active? And how do we step back and allow ourselves to rest? So those are my thoughts for this 3 Joyful Things week. If you're interested in getting these updates on Thursdays, you can sign up for the newsletter. If you're a reader, it'll be in that format. And if you would like to get these automatically delivered to your mobile device each week, you can sign up and subscribe, which is free, on Spotify, which is my favorite app, or Apple Podcasts, or you can get them now on TuneIn, which connects into your Alexa if you have one at home, and then you could play a podcast in your home. There's so many great podcasts out there. There's ones for kids, and there's storytelling. There's all sorts of interesting things out there that you could use this time to check out some new podcasts. So thanks you guys so much. I'll talk to you on Tuesday when Fred LeBlanc of Cowboy Mouse joins me, and I hope you'll come back for that episode because it's a good one. And until then, I hope that your days are filled with so much joy.